Good morning. My name's Ryan Ethelstone from forexflow.live. I feel like just putting up a rerun of the video from last week. We're going to talk about the pound this morning and everything that's going on in Brexit. We're a bit further forward in expectations, but not too far compared to last week. Last week we were talking about the deal being close by these last three issues. We're in a similar position today. But the pound's getting a bit of a tailwind also from other news that's come out. Over the weekend, the UK and Canada agreed to roll over their trade deal, sort of keeping that on EU terms as it was before. Then we've also had the vaccine news from the Oxford mob and AstraZeneca. They're going to be potentially looking at a quick rollout. It's going to be cheaper perhaps than some of the others, and it can be produced faster. Although we're seeing a bit of a difference in the efficiency rates, a bit lower, but that's pretty much down to the sort of the dosage metrics that they've been using, or the differences they might use. So all this is getting behind the pound once again, and we're seeing the pound on the front foot. Cable's broken through the 133 level more significantly today. We're going to look at the weekly chart for cable, and as we can see, we're high up again, and we're into this zone, coming into this 135 zone that I'm keeping my eyes on. Anywhere above 133, this becomes a target, and that's where we are now. And we're right up into a trend line that we've seen from 2007, which is around 133.80. Now, what I've been saying previously is that I expect if we do get the final Brexit confirmation, these three issues sorted, then we're going to get a knee-jerk boost higher. Now, that was going to be targeting the 135 area at the very least, with perhaps an extension to 136, 137. Now, where we are now, and depending on where we are closer to, if we get that final confirmation of a deal, then we're going to need to shift up that knee-jerk reaction, and we could possibly see the 140s come into play there. So it's something to keep an eye on now. As I say, the wind is behind the pound this morning. But as we know, all it takes is one or two headlines on the negative side, and boom, we're back down at 132. So to keep an eye on here again, we're in this big tight zone here. We need to keep an watch of that, wait for the knee-jerk reaction. But at the moment, it's still in a dip buy. Now, what I'm going to switch to is another pair, euro sterling, which is again another one that we've been looking at recently. And this big level we've got down here at 88, 60, 65. We saw a test last week, about a week or so ago. That held strongly. It was a level we'd be looking at for a while. Again, we're down close to this level. Now, the main theme about today is potentially looking at trading the breaks, because if you're not running these positions, if you're not already positioned for these moves, then looking at these big levels like the 135 in cable, like this 88.60 in euro sterling, look at it from a break trading perspective. So we know these are big levels. So what you can do is try and position buy stops, sell stops. If the level breaks, you can keep it fairly tight, and then you hopefully get a runner if they do break. But if you keep your stops tight, then you're not risking too much into that, and you potentially get it on board. Now, for euro sterling, under this 60-65 level, we've got a good confluence of weekly moving averages down there. That's something to bear in mind there, 88, 20, 30. And just moving on quickly, speaking of break trading, we're going to look at the Aussie dollar chart here, and we're going to look at the 4 hourly. Again, we've got a big level up here that's developed over recent weeks, up at 73.40. We had one down at 72.40. That was a level for a while. We had a little dip under, but we got quickly back above it. We've got this one here, and it's quite clear on the chart. You can see how strong it is there. It goes all the way back into September. Again, this is another one I'm looking at for a break trade. Buy stops just above the 73.40 zone. See if you can get into there. Keep it tight. Hopefully we can get a runner higher. So that's what I'm looking at this week. It's pretty much a game of sitting and waiting for the news to drop or not drop, as we say, and see where it goes. And as always, I wish you luck with your trading.